Daily Broadside, day 971. Couple things about this Minnesota shenanigans that are going on up there. First of all, ain't no way somebody's convincing me to play a trombone in 17-degree weather. I mean, think about how cold that is, putting brass up to your lips. I mean, imagine your buddy comes by your house and you're asleep because it's 11:30, 12:30 at night. And he's like, hey, man, hey, wake up. And you're like, what? What's the problem? He's like, we got to go out. We got to move. We got to go. And you're like, what are we doing? He's like, we got to go down to the Holiday Inn downtown. For what? He's like, to play the trumpet and wake up a bunch of cops. And you're like, what? What are we doing? I'm going to tell you right now, it's that point where I don't mind being cold. You know, I've been in some really cold situations in my life. It doesn't bother me. You know, you just dress accordingly. But if I have a choice, I only am going to be cold for things that I'm going to enjoy doing. And standing out playing the trumpet at 3 a.m. with my lips fused to it like I'm, acting out something in a Christmas story, that doesn't sound like a fun time to me. I'll tell you another thing. I wonder if there are any left-leaning people or left-leaning companies who own or employ or work at places that make like less lethal, munitions, your baton rounds, your beanbag rounds, and your rubber bullets, and your pepper foggers and pepper sprays, and your chemical tear gases and stuff. I bet you that all of those companies, like that industry, is probably all like right conservative people. It's got to be, right? Because nobody's going to be like, I will make a rubber bullet company, but I will not believe in its use. I mean, it's got to be one of the only like hardline things where you can say, hey, this industry is all left or this industry is all right, I would imagine like quinoa or something like that might be, that's what popped into my head. I don't even know what quinoa is. It's some kind of oat or something. I don't know, but it's something that I would imagine like eco-friendly people would want to eat. I don't have any idea what I'm talking about right now, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure there's something that like we could find on the left that there's no right-leaning people that work at. And the last thing I'll say about this whole, what will eventually turn into a country mutiny, we'll have our next civil war based upon some idiot who decided not to follow simple directions. But be that as it may. I think people need to do a little bit better job and not just swallowing what the media shoves down their throat. I mean, most people, I guess there's some people, but most people aren't inclined to just swallow what you put in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? And it just seems like nobody does their own research for anything. Like, go look up what happened and look at both sides of the story and then decide for yourself. Don't just listen to what you hear on this. And I have a theory about celebrities with herpes. And it's not really a theory. It's just a point. You ever notice how, like, you never see, like, this flowery spot of, like, herpes simplex, whatever it is, on the mouth of any celebrities? You know what I mean? Like, you never see, like, Goldie Hawn or Bradley Cooper or Stanley Tucci or Justin Long. I think that's 4 pretty random people. But you know what I'm saying? Like, so either they like hide out in their mansion for a few weeks while the flare-up goes away, or they just don't have herpes. And I just find that hard to believe, because what do the commercials lead us to believe? The commercials lead us to believe that 1 out of every like 2 people has herpes, some crazy number, has the herp, So why are celebrities, they're out whoring it up, probably more so than the common man. I imagine Bradley Cooper, brings in his share of poon, and I'm sure some of that poon has the herp. You would think he would ipso facto have the herp. All I'm saying is it's just weird that you just never see Sally Field or Clark Gable with herpes, Of course, I don't know if they had herpes back then. Did Clark Gable, did Vivian Lee and all them people back then, they have, surely they did, but at any rate. And I'll tell you another thing before I go. I've spewed enough ignorance for now. But here's the thing, right? You think that the people at like the Bay Leaf factory are just sitting there on the line one day and they're like look at their buddy and they're like, what the hell are we doing, man? Like, what are we doing? Ain't nobody eating these damn things. What are we packaging bay leaves for? The people like the McCormick or the Lowry's company, they're just like, what? I don't understand. I feel like people just use bay leaves because their mama told them they need to use a bay leaf, Well, if you break it in half, it's a little more aromatic or whatever. And I think it comes from like a Turkish laurel plant, which is kind of weird because somewhere in Turkey, as they call it these days, somebody found a laurel plant that was like, man, this would really, really go good in a braised stew with like oxtail or something. And somehow it's made its way over to, Connecticut, and all the housewives are putting bay leaves. All I'm saying is, I would think that there's a lot of jobs you could have in life. And, the people at the rubber bullet factory, as they package everything, they're like, man, this is going to hurt somebody. At least they know where it's going, right? But the people in the bay leaf factory, they're like, somebody's going to buy this. It's going to sit in their shelf cupboard for like the next 11 years. And then they're going to be like dried out Turkish laurel and throw it out, And meanwhile, McCormick's just laughing it to the bank. But at any rate, y'all have a good Sunday. Have a good one. Have a good one. Goody. Bye.